Can we?
We're live.
Awesome. Good day, everybody. We are super grateful to be here, especially with the hurricane that is approaching us. This will be the press conference for Bermuda's relief for Jamaica. We have some important players that are here today, and we will start with Minister Weeks.
Thank you, Ms. Keynes. Good afternoon. The government of Bermuda stands at full solidarity with Jamaica. We are committed to providing our support as part of this humanitarian effort. We encourage all of Bermuda to give in whatever way that they can, whether through donations, volunteerism, or simply just spreading the word. I wish to extend heartfelt thanks to Bermuda Air for their extraordinary generosity, offering an aircraft to assist the transport of relief supplies to Jamaica. To all of those organizing this effort, I say thank you. Hurricane Melissa has brought significant devastation to Jamaica and its people. As a fellow island, we understand all too well the vulnerability that comes with living in the path of such storms. It is in moments like these that our island Caribbean identity and our enduring regional bonds must move us to action. Bermuda will strongly support our regional brothers and sisters in their time of need. Let us continue to act with empathy, unity, and purpose as we extend our hands out to Jamaica. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. It's really an honor to be part of this, and I have to just tell you that yesterday Bermuda Air inaugurated its flight to LaGuardia. We were there with the CEO, Adam Scott, and Josine Wade, and of course we've all been watching the news and hoping for the best for Jamaica. And the idea was raised that Bermuda Air should offer to help, and we communicated that offer to Dwayne Keynes, the CEO of Hamilton Corporation, and it just exploded from there. Everything else, just the government got involved, the Jamaican Association of Bermuda, and it's really amazing and gratifying to see how many people on the island of Bermuda have stepped forward to help, and Bermuda Air is just honored to be part of that.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Jamaican Association and its members, we're absolutely grateful for this opportunity, for the support that we have received from the government of Bermuda as well as other key stakeholders. I would like to encourage members of the Jamaican community to continue to offer their support. And I also express my thoughts and prayers to the people of Jamaica. We're here for you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to extend my thanks to Bermuda Air. They have gone over and beyond the call of duty, and we'll be eternally grateful for their work. Now, we have some things that we would like to pass on to the local community. It starts on Sunday in earnest. The drop-off point is Hamilton Seventh-day Adventist Church Center. That is on King Street. We are going to do the drop-off on Sunday. It's going to start at 8 p.m. to 1. Now, this is 8 a.m., to 1. Now, this is specific. There is a funeral at the church from 1 to 4, so we will take a break during that time, and we will reconvene from 4 to about 9. So there will be no intake from 1 to 4. And then on Monday, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., we will be collecting goods. Now, those goods include, but are not limited to, water, bottled water, canned food, baby formula, health and hygiene products, toiletries, feminine products, diapers, sanitizer, first aid kits, shelter, power tarps, rope, flashlights, battery, and tools like gloves, shovels, and cleaning supplies. Again, no perishable products. We also want people to understand that it's a tropical island, and we want people to resist the urge to simply empty out your house. We want you to bring things that we know are usable in that specific environment. We stand in solidarity with Jamaica. What we recognize is But by the grace of God, there goes Bermuda, and we want to do our part. We are also asking for the corporate community to get involved. We are going to be sending a plane, and who knows, based on the corporate giving, what else we can do. We have an email. The email is maxanne, MAXANNE, at tpgbermuda.com. That's a mouthful. We'll be sending along other information via social media to keep people abreast of what it looks like to give and to be a part of this phenomenal experience in Bermuda, showing the region, specifically Jamaica, that we truly care. At this time, we can take any questions.
Yes, travel into TNN News. I haven't heard clothing items might be possibly needed because I know there's a lot of people that's lost everything. What type of clothing material
So lightweight clothing. This is a tropical location, and we want people to give with specific intent that people can use it. But Jamaica is a tropical country. What has happened in the past for narratives like this is that people just come in everything that's in the house. This becomes an opportunity to get rid of it. We want thoughtful giving to take into consideration where this stuff is going and the need for that region.
We do know that the need is great. Might just be 2 flights, 3 flights over the next few weeks.
Again, we can't commit to too much. The government has already said their priority right now is getting Bermuda through the storm. They've committed resources, but we have to wait until the next few days to see what happens in Bermuda. And once we get the supplies, once we see what's happening, we can make an informed decision. But we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. We actually want to do it the reverse.
And when is the deadline for this first flight?
We're actually looking for the flight to leave on Tuesday or Wednesday. But again, there's a number of things that depends on working in concert. Again, in a perfect world, we're looking at Tuesday at 6. Tuesday at 6. But again, it's still a work in progress. As we get information, as we power up with all the resources, we will make a final decision.
Yes, good afternoon. Sekou Hendrickson, World Gazette. The Jamaican Association of Bermuda said earlier this week that Jamaica was commonly a farming community, and they would really, really appreciate the use of just lightweight farming tools. Is that still something that will be prioritized, or is that something that will come? Again, you mentioned not overcommitting, but would that be something that would potentially be asked for later down the line, or what is the need for that to that extent now?
To the request that was initially made at that time, we did not have a damage assessment that was not available. I think what is available now, after we're able to observe the aftermath of the hurricane, and at that time when those needs were assumed, I think now there's a greater need for other emergency supplies.
I see. And is this fund also accepting cash donations, and if so, how can that be done?
Okay.
One of the things that we recognize is that there has to be a coordinated effort in terms of giving. This is something that we are giving from the graciousness of our hearts, but we want to make sure that there's an infrastructure that is correct, so when those supplies and finances go to Jamaica, it is distributed in a way that reflects the giving in Bermuda. In coming days, we'll be very specific with what that giving looks like, but we're putting a structure in place so that giving people's finances as well as other supplies, they are met in Jamaica by individuals that can use it, and it can actively be distributed in a way that is reflective of the hearts and minds of Bermuda. We know that if we don't do it in a disciplined fashion, we lose the intent if it goes and does not have a very structured process. So we just want to make sure that giving is structured, we do everything in place, and in the coming days, we will have a disciplined way that people can make corporate donations, because the corporate community is important. We recognize the need is great, and whilst we appreciate the giving from everybody locally, we believe this is an opportunity for the corporate communities to row in a very specific way, so that we want to make sure the infrastructure that we place around that giving reflects what we actually expect to get in.
So just to follow up with that, it sounds like cash donations will be accepted, but how can those donations be made?
Again, we at the appropriate time will give that information, or we're just finalizing what that looks like in terms of the account, who who manages the account, and we want to do it in a disciplined way that reflects the standard of which Bermuda is known for all around the world, that is doing things at a very high corporate and business standard, and we want this to be no different.
Lastly, I want to speak with the lady. Have you been in communication? We know that telecommunications is down. Have you spoke with anyone on the ground in Jamaica?
Yes, I've had the opportunity to connect with individuals on the eastern end of the island, and based on what they've shared, it has been an ordeal in Jamaica, and some individuals have not been able to connect with other members of their families in the western region, that is St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James. And the feedback that I've received, it is nerve-wracking. Individuals are in distress at the moment, and I think the immediate need at this time is for members of Bermuda to be able to connect with their family members in Bermuda. It is absolutely distressing not being able to connect. And I know I've seen an ad where there are free calls available to Jamaica at this time, and I know the companies, the telecommunication companies, are working assiduously in trying to retain connectivity.
Lastly, how are you coping with the stress?
I must share that it has been overwhelming for me. I was very close to having a panic attack, just not being able to connect, and watching the videos, I've cried. It is heart-wrenching just to see what has happened to my beautiful island of Jamaica. I have a friend, she's the nurse manager at the Black River Hospital. I was able to connect with her, and yes, it's surreal. It's a surreal experience, and not being physically present to offer support even to my children who are in Jamaica, they're in university. And fortunately, I was able to connect with them because they would have had access, to electricity and so on. But not being able to connect to other members of my family, I was a bit distressed and still wanting to be with my family.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I also would just like to add that Diane Gordon of the Red Cross here in Bermuda has put us in touch with the Red Cross in Jamaica. And despite some significant infrastructure challenges, the Red Cross in Jamaica is liaising with us as we organize this concerted, organized effort. Thank you.
So we want to thank you, Bermuda. You have the information on Sunday. Just to repeat, Dwayne.
So that Sunday from 8 until 1, we're going to break from 1 until 4 for a funeral. We'll pick back up from about 5 to 9. And then on Monday, we're back in situ from 8 a.m. until we get everything done.
There you have it. Thank you for joining us, and do have a good day.
Anna, this is Mr. Who is the Boss, and when I'm not making...
Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas?
A paint tough enough for my messy